Hi, my name is Logan, and this is Mackenzie. Welcome to Fab Fun. Today we're going to talk about a project that we did that was quite a bit of fun and involved very little fabrication, but quite a bit of painting and prep work. The Jurassic Park Jeep build that we did in March of 2020. I wanted to get a vehicle for Mackenzie that she would both enjoy and learn how to drive a manual transmission, because I think she would appreciate that a lot more later in life and have more fun driving it. So I determined I was going to get her a Jeep, and wanted to go with a fuel-injected one, and thought either a YJ or a TJ because they're pretty easy to work on, and I can get her a 5-speed relatively cheap. And so I was jokingly telling her that I wanted to make it a Jurassic Park Jeep if she wanted to, and she said,
Oh, of course, yes.
that seemed kind of fake.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yes, it's what I've always wanted.
Of course, I was head over heels for it. That sounds stupid. But yes, I absolutely loved the idea. I thought it was something that we could work on as a bonding experience, and maybe I could learn stuff about it. More stuff about cars and Jeeps.
And I thought it would be fun for us to go through and learn some stuff together, and she could take pride in, a finished product. So we'll talk about that. We'll go through a little bit of a slideshow of the progress that we made back in March. It's not completely done yet. There's still some things that we want to do, like the whip antenna, the light bar, maybe eventually a winch for the front. Not sure. It's hard to find them now that are screen accurate. But we'll go through a little bit of that. And if you don't mind, if you could
Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Maybe give us a thumbs up and comment below which one was your favorite. Yep,
which one, what?
that movie. The Jurassic Park or the Jurassic Worlds, bro.
We're going to talk to you guys about the build process and some of the things that we did. And I'll kind of interview Mackenzie as we go and get her opinion about how some things went. The first thing we'll talk about is the selection of the Jeep. Now, obviously, the Jurassic Park Jeeps are 1992 Jeep Wrangler YJ Saharas. They have the square headlights. The Sahara has the green interior package. It's kind of the nice trim package for that year. They came out in a sand beige color and then had the red stripes added to it by the movie crew. So as we started talking about the different types of Jeeps that we could find, she wanted to focus on the square headlights to make it more screen accurate, yeah. Right? I was thinking more of a TJ because they ride better with the coil spring suspension, and they'd probably be easier to find in good shape. But she was kind of stuck on the square headlights, and I was perfectly okay with that. But I didn't want to get stuck in a bottomless pit of trying to make it just like the film, because I knew the Saharas were going to be hard to find in good shape. So we start with a YJ. I started looking for different Jeeps. I'm going around. My normal job, I travel a little bit, so if I happen to be driving by one that was for sale, I would stop and look and pick up a phone number and then call the dealer or the person selling it later on and ask about it. And I came across several Jeeps that were in seemingly decent shape from a distance, but upon further inspection, some of these Jeeps are in really rough shape as far as the frame goes. I actually test drove a Jeep that the frame was rotted away so bad that the rear leaf springs on the front perches were actually rusted away so bad that the leaf spring was caving up into the frame. So that's some of the things that you deal with when you look for old Jeeps. I finally came across this one, probably around March of 2020, early March, maybe February. Sometime around there.
It was February.
It was February. So, test drove it, checked it out. It was in pretty good shape. The frame was in decent shape. Ran well. It was a 5-speed. Had kind of the Sahara exterior package, but the interior I don't think is a Sahara because it has aftermarket seats and there was no carpet in it. So, but other than that, it was taken pretty good care of. I think we could make it, I thought at the time that we could make it look pretty close to the movie Jeeps. So I bought it.
And here it is.
And surprised Mackenzie with it one day by bringing it home and parking it in the barn.
The first 5 minutes, I didn't even realize there was a Jeep in the barn.
But then she was a little bit surprised. If I can find her reaction video, I'll put it in here.
Hey, what the heck? Oh my gosh! 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 What
If he finds it, he'll insert it right now. 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 Now.
No, like I would have already done it. I already did it. We're going to go through some of the pictures in the build process and talk about some of it. Mackenzie said she doesn't remember every single thing that we did, and it did go by a lot faster. I bought this thing with the intention of having a 2-year build to get it where we wanted it, restoring this and that, making sure it's mechanically sound. There were a couple things that had to be done, some stuff on the steering column, a few other things. They were small, cheap investments. And then we would get into the build of making it look like a Jurassic Park Jeep. So looking at the Jeep itself, when I first bought it, it's a 91, so the roll cage is a little bit different than the 92. It's got more of the angle on the back. It's not squared off. But it does look pretty close as far as the body lines and everything. The YJs didn't change a whole lot over the few years that they ran. I think from 86 to 95, something like that. So all of them, that body type looked like the ones on screen, or at least pretty close. I did want to go with something, I think it's 91 or newer, that was a YJ, because the 91 had the 4.0 fuel injected engine and I could get it with a 5-speed. So it was just a black Jeep. It had a lift kit and a little bit bigger tires. I was pretty sure I could find some factory takeoff wheels to make it more screen accurate in that regard, once these tires wore out that were already on it. So part of the research and figuring out what color we were going to paint it has all been done. All the dimensions, decals, the angles and of the stripes and how wide they are, all that's been done by the JP Motor Pool. So hats off to you guys. That was a lot of work, I'm sure, studying the film and getting all those dimensions right, so that we didn't really have to do that, even though we like watching Jurassic Park. We're fans, but at the same time, we don't want to sit down and just study stuff over and over and over again. So having all that work done, it was really just a research of where can we find the paint and find it pretty cheap, and where do we order the stickers. And with eBay and Amazon and Etsy, which I had no experience with before, we found pretty much everything that we wanted to do to customize it, but make it pretty screen accurate. I called a body shop about the sand beige paint that's the base coat for the Jurassic Park Jeep, and they quoted me over $1,000 to just buy the paint. Not to apply it, but just to buy it from them. So I decided I was not going to do that. I would go a different route, because I didn't want to invest so much in a paint job that we'd be afraid to scratch it or do anything with it, because it is a Jeep and I want her to be comfortable in it and not be worried about it. I took the color to Home Depot and matched it up, did a color match there, and got it mixed up with an oil-based paint, brought it home and had the paint ready to rock and roll. I needed a paint gun, so went to Harbor Freight and got one of their cheapest guns. It's like $29. Got some other supplies like filters. I had to get a water filter for the airline to make sure I didn't get any water in the paint as I'm spraying. I got a stand to make it easier to pour the paint. I got some mixing cups and everything so I could put some thinner into it and get it the right consistency. I did all that stuff and thought it was going to be just a disaster because I've never painted before.
It was horrible. It was awful. It sucked. JK.
I did have some flaws, and it took a while to get the hang of the gun, and I wasn't really good at it. But we did get it painted, and it went a little bit faster than I thought it would, and looked better than I thought I could make it. So for all you guys wanting to try something like that, go ahead and try it. It's not as bad as you might think.
Thanks for watching Fab Fun. We do appreciate your attention and hope to bring you more videos of my Jurassic Park Jeep, including some reaction videos. Make sure you are subscribed, get notifications to our new project videos and family-friendly content. Sharing this video and commenting below really helps our channel grow.